We got up at 6:30 this morning. Don was out and took the van out and brought in the newspaper and the mail, and I had some Legos come yesterday. They delivered them at 9:20 last night again. And I'm just sitting here mindlessly putting the pretty floor in my building because that's about all I'm capable of this early in the morning. But Don's reading the newspaper.
Yeah, Cree, which makes, well, got it started, at least it
that we know of.
Yeah, a household name in the Triangle area because they're a Triangle-based company. They make LEDs. Well, they did. They just sold their LED division to Smart Holdings for $300 million. They're going to focus on silicon carbide IGBTs, basically the type of semiconductors that inverters and electric cars need, along with 5G. And it says they've already got a deal with German car maker Volkswagen and to produce their silicon carbide IGBTs. So this is, you know, I just bought 25 LEDs from China. I mean, from they were made in China, but I bought them from an American importer. You know, 25 4-foot LED tubes for like $105, and shipping included. So there's just not much profit.
There's no
LEDs.
price premium anymore.
Now, I understand there's all kind of LEDs. There's these inexpensive ones that I just bought, and there are these higher powered ones, but it's kind of a commodity. LEDs are kind of a commodity, and even MOSFETs are definitely a commodity, but silicon carbide is still a technology not everybody does, and there's a lot more profit in silicon carbide. Jack Rickard, who passed away recently, he said he bought, in the last year or so, he was talking about, he was trying to build an inverter, and he paid $900 a piece for the silicon carbide IGBTs. So that's
there's some money there.
There's some money to be made because these are high-powered electronics. They come in all prices, I'm sure, but I think Cree's making the larger ones versus the smaller ones.
Okay, and that said, Don's gonna go get dressed.
Yeah, gotta get dressed.
We're gonna drive to Tesla to take Ruby to her service appointment. We're up early so we don't, you know, interfere with the JB part of the program, the work day today. The guys are gonna straighten the garage floor before they move all the cabinets back in. That's the plan anyway.
Yeah, alrighty, I'm up.
No, I'm not going to the school this morning. Sorry. The release notes on 2020.40.8 is just a bug fix release. Minor improvements and bug fixes, and this is what was new the last time. I was too exhausted yesterday to go out in Ruby and show you guys the weed eating. The main area that's better is over here on your right. I really worked hard over there. I don't see any deer this morning, you know. It's the time of day we got to be careful coming out of here. Anyway, it's all weed eaten along the driveway. Don and I rejoiced that that was probably the last time this year we'll actually get the weed eater out. We'll have to mow again, but probably no more weed eating. We haven't hit any sizable traffic. It's 8:15 a.m. It's 57 degrees out there. You could see the steam cloud from Sharon Harris to our left as we were coming through Holly Springs here. I'm just probably in need of a second cup of coffee. Yeah, it's probably what I need. Following Don like this, I mostly think, what do people think seeing two Teslas out in the road following each other? I guess it's probably pretty cool for some people to see a Y and the X in the same spot. Of course, we're getting up close to Tesla now, so there's Teslas here on US Highway 70 in this near Crabtree Valley Mall in this part of the road, the state, the city, you know, a lot. So, but still, it's kind of cool. Two Teslas following each other, I think. Well, there's a 3 and an S inside, and a X outside. I want one of these in the garage. So inside and out, there's lots of places to charge now. Not really meant for people driving by to just pull in and charge, but you know, they can send brand new cars and service cars away with plenty of juice now. At the old service center, that wasn't so easy to do. Wow, I like the rainbow. Elon, why did you get rid of the rainbow on all the new cars? The rainbow is cool. More rainbow. We've had a nice easy drive back to Fuquay. We're gonna run into Home Depot.
Yeah, the traffic in going to Tesla, I was very impressed. It wasn't too bad this morning.
No, it wasn't actually.
Yeah. So hopefully when we go to pick Ruby up, they're gonna call us and let us know what, you know, at this point. And we told them to do what they, you know, check it out.
Right, well they had already had a conversation about her, and we're working on the logs and that kind of thing. So they were prepared for her. Don offered me to walk through the garden center. He's such a good guy.
That's a good way to get it.
Well, that's not fair that sprinkler's going right now. What are they doing running them while people are trying to shop? Now I know why they didn't put Halloween down on this end like they usually do, because they was going to set Christmas so early. Dang. Well, they really have sold a lot of the Halloween stuff, much less here today than last time. Don said they hadn't sold the alien, but they might have had more than one of him. They've redone the Ryobi display. Don says they're showing all of the brushless tools. So not the 4-foot ones, but the 2-foot, they're $20 off. They had 4 left. We got them. Don's gonna use them in the crawl space probably. So after Home Depot, we picked up my new glasses. I have to say that I don't know, they feel strong, or I'm definitely noticing there's a difference. We heard back from Tesla. I didn't see an email that got sent to me yesterday. Bottom line is, right now we're headed back to Tesla to get Ruby. We had a wonderfully written, detailed explanation of what happened with Ruby the day that I was shopping in Target. And I'm going to try to sum it up for you, and then Dawn can help. I don't want to, the email's too long to read, and I don't, you know, I'm not, but if I figure if I can restate it, then maybe you guys can understand it, but it is really technical. When I parked Ruby, the car needed to make an adjustment to, it needed to top up the 12-volt battery. And apparently when the car does that, and it's trying to make a re-estimation of the range, it's not quite as accurate as when it's sitting there for a period of time, like overnight, and it needs to make that range re-estimation. And so that caused it to maybe not be as accurate, or to take that unexpected drop. The car actually, you know, Tesla said, based on the range loss, the car lost 6.5 kilowatts of electricity while it was parked there. But the car actually only lost 1.5 kilowatts, which was much more in line with what you would have expected for 40 minutes of sitting there and not running climate and not running Sentry. So the rest of it was just because, you know, the estimate in that particular instance, because it was topping up the 12-volt battery, and the amount of time that I sat there and the amount of time since the last time it refreshed the estimate, it just caused the estimate not to be as accurate as one we would have liked. Now, I'm going to say that, you know, I got 75,000 miles on the car and 3.5 years of driving now, and the estimates are almost always really accurate and have been totally fine. So I accept this explanation, and I know that they're always improving, and I guess we're just going to leave it there. And I'm not going to be driving around town with such a low state of charge again. And Dawn wants to add something. Now, please fix whatever I didn't say right.
Everything you said right. The reason that this occurred at Target, there's this battery estimating can be deferred quite a few times. And what has happened, Ruby had not actually done an estimate, and then after it's deferred enough times, it gets down to the point where the battery management says, I don't care what state things are, make an estimate. And that's what triggered it at Target, because that was not the ideal. It likes the car to sit for several hours before it does this estimate, but it's been so long before it did this estimate, because it wants the I don't want to call it ideal, but it has some criteria, like the not charging the 12-volt battery, you know, sitting still, those types of things. He explained it. And so, but at some point it gets to the point where it says, I have to do an estimate, and it did the estimate while it was at Target under less than ideal, so the estimate wasn't very accurate. And then when we plugged her in later, before charging, because Kyle had told us that this is something common, that it sits, you need to let the car sit for a period of time and let the battery rest, the surface charge settle, or whatever the technical answer would be. And at that point you can look at the battery voltage and kind of guess what the state of charge might be, or readjust things. So that's what happened. We hadn't did that estimate in a while.
Yeah, I think specifically it said that, you know, normally the car would have deferred doing the estimate. Yeah, right? So all I was saying when the battery died was that, you know, the car had deferred, like Dawn said, and I said, the car deferred doing that estimate until it just couldn't defer it anymore, and it happened to coincide with topping off the 12-volt battery, and that made the estimate a little less accurate than under the ideal conditions. I think we've said enough, beat it up, said it 4 ways. Hopefully you get the gist. We think we get the gist. We are, you know, accepting that answer. And you know, we had pointed out that the car actually, you know, even as I approached the Wake Tech charger with 13 miles, I still had full power. And like Dawn said, you know, I probably could have made it home, but it was another 10 miles with 13 miles of listed rated range, and I wasn't comfortable with that. So, you know, I pulled in and put some charge in. I like Dawn said, I reduced the risk to 0 of being on the side of the road, and you know, that was my comfort level. So on a Sunday afternoon with no place I had to be in any particular time, I liked reducing the risk. So there you have it. I don't think I would change our driving practices when we're driving with Ruby out on the highway any based on this incident, this investigation, this explanation. I really don't. You know, we all know if we're going to take I'm going to say risk, but I'm going to say it really loosely, and get under 5%, there's always a chance that the estimate will be off, right? I mean, but most of us make it to the charger. I don't think people should be risking them at 0% and expecting the car to get them to the charger, right? And I think planning for 5% and above is a good idea, but I'm not going to be back to like, oh, we've got to have a 20% cushion between superchargers or charging stops. No. Because, you know, Don and I, like I tried to tell myself that day, it's about $100 mistake if I, you know, need a tow for any reason, right? For a nail in the tire, for running out of gas in the van and can't get anybody to bring me any gas, for running out of battery. I mean, it's about $100 because we have towing on our insurance. So add on up to $100. So add on a flatbed and a distance we would go. It's about $100 mistake. So how upset and how much, you know, over careful do you want to be when you can fix that? So anyway, we're gonna go pick up Ruby, and by the time we get home, JB will have had lunch and we'll be back on our projects. It's better for us to go back now than later after we're all tired and been working out in the yard. So just before we pull away from Tesla, we'll say that they did compare Ruby's battery health and capacity to the rest of the Model X 100D, similar age and miles, and she's within 3%. They didn't tell us plus, minus, or whatever, but she's within 3% of all the other batteries.
She's not out of range.
Right, the health of the battery is fine.
Yeah.
So we're gonna not think about it anymore for some time to come.
That's right.
Yeah, just go back to enjoying the car.
Exactly correct.
So I know Aaron, who works here at Tesla in the service department and has been promoted to supervisor. Congratulations, Aaron. Had told us one time before that, of course, battery questions are one of the biggest, you know, the most asked questions are about battery health. And so I guess we fall right in line with the rest of the people in asking. And it is good to know that they have a method already built where they can run a report and kind of compare your car to other cars in the fleet. So I think that's good service that they can do that they have that tool ready to go to give people the reassurance that they need, which is what they did with us today. Yeah. I'm gonna leave Ruby parked out here with the van. I suspect Don or JB will bring the GMC out with the straightening the garage floor and finishing painting those cabinets. I don't think we're gonna have room up here for more vehicles. She'll be fine out there during the day, especially. You can see here for sure where I did all the weed eating, that grass, that irritating wild grass had really invaded over there in particular. Don's coming with the GMC, so let me move out of the way here on the stairs. Yeah, my goal was to leave, again, as many of the ferns as possible and just get as much of the grass and, you know, little trees that were starting to grow, oaks, sweet gum, maples, that kind of thing, because we can't have them growing closer to the driveway. So I didn't take out any ferns, I just took out other stuff, and especially the wild grapevine that just wants to be everywhere here. I could come over here with the lawnmower the next time, so I didn't spend. Plus, we don't want that bank to erode, so having a little extra stuff there is good. But I did do, you know, 8 inches off the driveway on both sides. But I'll probably bring the mower farther down there next time and even that up. Well, there's Tux. I sure do love this cat. He's right where he's supposed to be. Hi, bud. Hello. I've made it to step 38. I think I stopped at 32 yesterday. There's 46 steps to finishing the bottom floor, and I actually had these 2 pieces here, but I needed a third. It's just stuff I had that matched basically what they were asking for. So I will have to look for a piece to go on the front, something snazzy for like a shop sign or something. But no, I'll be back tonight or back tomorrow. Just wanted to show you here if I can scroll. That's what it'll look like after I'm through with 46. So a little bit more stuff to do here. So Don's moved out some of the stuff here on the side in preparation for floor straightening and pulling.
Yeah, you should get it before.
Right.
Hopefully the gray will be back up against the
Back up against the wall. And
hopefully. No
and
guarantee.
this particularly big bump here, which the wheel is kind of on, but if the car's out, can trip you.
Yeah, this heavy workbench sitting on that flat piece of it's actually another bench top for this bench. It's probably no good anymore. It's probably gotten wet, but we're leaving that. We're not going to move that. But that
Anchored it on that side.
anchored it, so it's only that end right there. But we've got JB came up with a scheme
To fix it.
that maybe anchor it and keep it from moving again.
All right.
I don't know that I think it's worth trying.
And we are going to take my plant cart out. So I am in the process of emptying it. All hands on deck again.
Right.
That's a nice pull tool there, JB.
Yeah. I want one more of these, Sonny.
Another one what?
2 more plants.
2 more plants.
We're making progress, but this is hard work.
It is.
Yes,
hard.
Don's got the come along attached to the GMC, and then this couple pieces of 2x4 and some clamps. He's getting ready to do the big pull. They've been making minor adjustments. I've been cleaning the floor and doing other stuff. I got my plant cart clean. It's going up there. Don said, whatever you do before we start putting stuff back, take a picture or take a video. So the floor's been kind of re-cleaned along the wall where junk was, and we're getting ready to fill it back up.
Yeah, we to keep it from walking, we don't know, but we put 3 tap tongs, and that's a piece of exterior pressure treated plywood, so it's kind of sandwiching it. Maybe
On
it'll
both
hold
sides.
That. We're thinking it's going to hold that corner, and we did the same on the other side.
Yeah. And we have red cabinets. Yay! So it's back together. Things are moved back in place. And the guys are going to do the hardware and reload the shelves and put feet on the shelves and, you know, do some other stuff tomorrow. But you can get a feel for jewels in the red cabinets. Johnny's doing Taekwondo, and I'm headed to get Smithfield's. JB's favorite food is shrimp, and on top of having excellent fried chicken and barbecue, they also have fried popcorn shrimp.